Welcome, fellow Reign fans, to the Reign After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We have a very special surprise for you coming up as we talk about Strange Bedfellows, Season 3, Episode 13. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have someone who's back. It's almost like Robert Dudley returning. That's how fantastic it is. We have Keetin Marchi.
Yeah.
Hashtag get Keetin on the Reign After Show.
It works, people. The hashtag works.
That's right.
So maybe the hashtag get Keetin on Reign will eventually work, as long as the show doesn't get canceled.
No, it's season 4. Season 4. We're on. You weren't here last week. You didn't even hear about our news and gossip. You know nothing.
They're killing.
Do you even watch the show anymore?
Shut up! I do.
Good. Good.
It's my favorite. Like.
Before I even introduce the rest of us, in like 10 seconds, give us all your thoughts on the past episodes you've missed.
Catherine is still my favorite. Still Team Catherine all the way. Bash is really boring. I still don't trust the guy Mary's been making out with for a while, and
well, he's leaving, so you're good
Robert Dudley is hot, but I still don't like him and Elizabeth, and yeah.
All right.
That's kind of that. Yeah. Yep.
That's a good wrap up.
But this is also, what is this
Whoa,
stupid
we're way
red
past
night?
10 seconds.
Stupid red night.
We're gonna talk about that today. Alina Vision.
Hey, what's up, guys? You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Alina Vision.
That's right. And I'm Phil Svitek, and this is the Reign After Show.
I didn't get to introduce myself, though. You just asked me about Reign.
I introduced you as
guys.
Keetin Marchi.
My name's Keetin Marchi. You can follow me all over the interwebs at Keetin Marchi. I keep it simple, and I'm done. Thank you.
Did I not introduce you properly
You did,
enough?
but nobody knows. They just know I'm Keetin Marchi. I don't know. Hey, get on the interwebs and
Follow.
All right, well, listen, here's what you need to know today. Obviously, we're discussing the episode. We're going to do a Castle Corner. And 2 things. Number 1, we're going to read all your fan fiction that you guys wrote in because it was fantastic. We're not going to read all of them, but we're going to read some of them. And also, we're going to kind of make this a thing, hopefully, because I enjoyed it.
You did.
Except I'm going to let the girls decide, and maybe the chat can get involved depending on how many people we have in there and whatever. Fan fiction, and I'll let you kind of marinate on this. We're going to either do Christophe's monologue, Greer's, what her thoughts on Laith, and kind of her internal monologue, and then what would Claude write if she wrote love notes to Laith? So those are the 3 options that we'll do today.
Can I give a new challenge too when it comes to fan fiction?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna read it, but if you guys can not only write fan fiction but put us in the fan fiction, bonus points for hilarity.
Don't put us in compromising things into the fan fiction.
Not that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, whoa, yeah, don't do that. Just like, fun. I just opened up Pandora's box.
Christophe writes to Keetin.
No.
Christophe sucking on Keaton's toes.
Ew.
All right, before we get to the whole sucking of the toes, let's talk about Greer. And there's a lot going on in this. Let's start with the sister-in-law aspect of things. How do we feel about this?
Okay.
Who was right? Who was wrong?
Okay. That's messed up, first of all. Like, you don't do that as a sister. That's really messed up. Like, why not? Like, I don't know. I kind of get where she's coming from. Like, if she was feeling that way, that's not really fair. Especially if, like, that's how Greer pitched it to her. But why don't you just come out and maybe talk to her about it before you go and straight up lie? She did say they talked about it. She said, I let you know. You ain't listening.
No, I don't think she talked about it in the way that,
I don't remember that. Come to Jesus moment, Greer.
Right.
Hey,
there's a lot that happens off screen that we don't see.
Still.
Well, if it's an important part of the storyline, I better see it.
It should have been in there. Exactly.
Sorry, Reign.
Yeah. I sided with Greer on this one completely. I thought it was really messed up what her sister did. I mean, you just don't do that to your sister, especially when there's a baby involved that you know, the mother is attached to.
Yeah, it was too much.
But what about the sister at the end? She's like, anyone's better than you.
The lowest.
That was whoa. That was too much. That's where the line definitely got crossed.
It was yeah. I don't know. I don't think Greer should have I don't think Greer should keep this baby. That's for sure. But I don't know. It's a little messed up. It's a little messed up. She's being very selfish, I would say. She's like, hey, I want you to take my child so my child can have your name and have a better life because I know I can't give that life to this child. But on the other hand, I still want to be its mother. I want it to know who I am. I don't want to just be the fun
And I want
aunt.
to pick its name.
Exactly. No. No, Greer. If you're choosing to give up this child and this is an open adoption, no. No. If that is who her parents are going to be, let that be the parents. Take a step back, Greer.
I agree. It's one of those. She's just, when you make it, here's the thing: it's a very tough choice. But if you make that choice, in some ways, it's just easier. Just go. I get it. The attachment that a mother has to a child, especially which came off Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It's a strong bond. I understand, but.
Yeah, you carry it for 9 months and you go through
a long
this thing
time.
of labor.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Well, she hasn't done that yet.
Well, I mean, who knows if she'll even live through that?
Oof.
I don't know
Oof,
if Greer's as
Keetin.
strong as Lola.
Exactly.
That's some
Saying.
unhappy thoughts there.
Putting that out
I
there.
mean, if Mary's got to go, because at some point soon, Mary's going to have to leave France, because she does, in history, she leaves France. So.
Can it be Mary's kid?
No.
No. No. She's
Frances left a little love miracle.
No. No.
Okay.
Can't be. And I don't even know whose kid it could be at this point. Because it can't be Leafs and Claude's. I mean, there's nobody really in the story yet for it to be their child. Yeah.
But I think this is going to mess with Leigh's head. Mm-hmm. And I think as cute as him and Claude might be, you worry about those two.
He said this is strictly business, and then Claude got in. The fact that Claude kind of participated in all of this, I thought was
adorable.
Cute because she could have very easily been why are you hanging out with your ex, this and that, just been very jealous. But the fact that she helps, for a guy, that's a big turn on.
Yeah, well, and I just wish Claude wasn't so annoying.
What makes her annoying? She handled everything
This
perfect.
is what Claude kind of reminds me of, the annoying little. I mean, she is the annoying little sister, but literally that's how she plays everything, and she just is I want to do it too, and I'm gonna do it because you need me, and da-da, and it's I almost it makes me sad that her character is written so childish and dumb, and she doesn't.
But she got it done. That's not childish.
But she did it in a silly way. I just wish she could do it. She could be taken a little bit seriously, but taken seriously by acting serious, not just by being this fleeting little girl. It just seems that's why I don't like her for Leith, because I don't have much respect for her because of the way she acts.
I don't buy it. Here's the thing. I think the combination of her and Leith, it's brought out good qualities in her. She's learning to fence. She's learning all these skills, and she's learning that way of life. Obviously he comes from that world, so she's learning.
I know. Well, even though she's gaining all these redeeming qualities, I still don't like her character very much. That's the thing, and I think it's just because of the type of person her character is written as. She's just always seems whiny to me.
Right, it doesn't. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's she's grown. She's grown in a way that she's learning new things, but her character and just
her personality is still kind of
matured.
I still it's not. I'm I don't really like this. I don't even want to deal with
it.
it.
King Charles has matured. She really hasn't matured.
Exactly. She just is she's taking. I don't think she's really taking these things that she's learning from Leith to grow as a human being. She's just I'm gonna learn this cool thing too, and I could be nice now because people are paying attention to me. That's what it seems like. So it seems superficial that she's kind of changed to be a little bit nicer. It seems she's just doing it for Leith, and yes, she used to just do everything for herself, but in doing it all for Leith is a little selfish as well because she wants to keep them all to herself.
But I was surprised that she did actually offer to help him.
Yes, that was like,
very
what?
surprising. Because at first when she was like, why are you hanging out with Greer? It's like, oh, okay, I kind of saw
Here we
where
go.
that was going to
Yeah.
go. And then she kind of flipped the switch.
That's what I'm saying. That is maturity.
But then that like whole little conversation about this is why I should help. Yeah, I'm so. And then like the whole way it was just a little. I was like, can
We
she
still
just
play
like
by
over the
play
top.
of you acting like her and then her, because I trust me, the difference is vast. She did not just go. And this is why, but it does raise a good point. This is why all the women.
Are you about
Unfortunately,
to say a sexist comment right now? But you need you best.
no, I don't understand why the women gotta hate on each other. But clearly, you guys have proven the case that women must hate each other.
What?
Why can't,
Kidding?
why can't we be in support of Claude? You guys are the first ones throwing rocks at her.
There are so many female characters on this show I freaking love. Why can't I like? Why do I have to just fake that I like somebody just to make you happy?
Oh. 2 snaps, 2 shades.
I'm just saying.
Okay, fine. We'll have it your way.
I'm saying the character. I feel like I gave him
got you.
like
I
a,
got you.
I
like
said
a
that
real
makes it
enough
better.
argument.
I'm saying the character. I hate her. I hate her personality, her values, just her character. You know, if it was anything else, she'd be a great
Philip's
person.
TV show.
I'm just saying she was a real person back in history.
No, she wasn't.
You don't know. This is docuseries.
Claude was not a
Everything
real
is true.
person, I don't think.
All right. So let's talk about the Red Knights here. The most mysterious thing in all of history.
Yeah.
Wait, can I just say one more thing about the Leith Greer? Did you guys not think the guy that the brother-in-law was meeting with was the pirate?
He looked
at first
just
I thought it was
like
the
him.
pirate. I
He
was like,
did.
oh no, what is the pirate's trying to buy the child? Like, what's going on?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's where I thought we were going with it. But
Mm-hmm.
nope, Rain flipped it on me because
Yeah.
I was like, I figured it out.
All right, since we returned to the subject, one last quick thing. Leith, obviously, you know, he's with Claude. He likes Claude. But did this rekindle an interest in Greer? And maybe it opened a door
Well,
for both? Because Greer she was like, ooh, my man's standing up for me.
No, I don't think so. I think it's kind of parted ways. They kind of know they're not going to be together. He's moved on.
I think this is
pirate.
ignited something.
Really?
I think as much as they try not, I mean, these two are meant to be together. Like, there's always going to be something there.
Right.
And they have kind of kept their distance for a while. But, I mean, remember Leith all along, he wanted that family. He wanted that he wanted to just have a family with Greer, a quiet life family with Greer. He wanted to take care of her.
That he's
And
gonna
now
go
he
back
has
to
the
somebody
opportunity.
who ran a brothel, though? And he's trying to rise in society.
Leith is somebody who likes to help people. He's a helper. He tries to fix people. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not a healthy thing to do.
Yeah,
he did. And I think that's gonna bite poor little Claude in the booty, because I think as soon as he realizes Greer's gonna come back and be like, I decided to keep the baby. This is what happened. And Leith is going to be like, what are you doing? How is this baby going to be raised? And da-da-da-da. And he's going to take it upon himself to be the man that he thinks he is. And that he is, because he's a good guy. And he's going to be like, I'm going to give this child a name. I will take this child on as my own. And he's going to tell Claude, I have to do this for Greer. I can't just let her raise this child. We can never be together, Claude. So I need to do this for Greer. She's one of my best friends.
Yeah, but
and then Claude's gonna be like,
I feel like I'm watching Reign right now.
and Claude's gonna be like, but you know what? Because I'm gonna prove to you that my character has gone up, I'm gonna let you do that, and I'm gonna help support you in that child, so you guys can have a status.
All while having coitus.
All while
written it,
hating
girl.
Greer. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna cause a lot of drama.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Now I'm looking up if Claude is actually a real person, which I don't think she is. Give me a second.
All right. Well, let's talk
Continue.
we'll talk about the Red
Talk
Knights
amongst
while she looks up.
right.
So the Red Knights, we get a little bit of history on them. CSI Bash makes a return.
CSI badge, yes.
Right?
As he goes off and finds the brothel, and then eventually, it's one of those things of like, my girls are very clean, they know the proper conduct, and then immediately after, yeah, I might have had a kid with one of them.
Oops.
And then we find the kid. CSI Bash. You know, obviously he wasn't going to be a major character whatsoever, but I liked how he stood up, and this whole, what's most intriguing is that this entire lie of Catherine's and Henry's, the effect that it has on people of him saying like, why, you know, I didn't want to know my father, I didn't want to do this, you know, I wasn't going to be coerced into this attack, and that was that. And then he gets shot.
Yeah. I found it kind of odd that maybe I missed this part because my dogs were barking, but how did Bash find out that it was him, like, really quickly?
That guy was like the worst too. Like,
right?
I'm not mad he's dead, because I was like, really, dude? You're like, it was like blonde Batman Thor growling, and I'm like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I was confused by that. Like, how did
was
you
a
find
very
him
strange
so quickly?
It's CSI Bash.
Right, I know, but he went to the brothel. He talked to supposedly the mother, who that's who we think the mother is, you know, of this guy. And then all of a sudden, he hunts down this guy.
Well, here's what I will say. I mean, yes, there's a couple of interesting scenes that could have came out of it or whatever,
Right.
and it leaves a little bit room for questioning. But at the same time, what I liked about this episode in general was how fast-paced it was, because
It was fast.
we all predicted, and a lot of you guys were predicting in the comment sections about you know, that it was going to slow down and where this episode. We didn't expect Robert Dudley.
He was there, like, instantly.
First scene.
Yeah, first scene. He was there.
They were shooting, you know, and all that. And we'll talk about it, but we moved very fast, and so to have a whole bit where CSI Bash is going in, we need to move along, and we did. We found that guy, then we killed that. Then he got killed, and then what was the other guy gonna do? He's just trying to ride off on this horse, and
Not gonna happen, homie.
yeah,
You're gonna get caught for sure.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I can forgive that part of it. You know, but again, to me, interesting, you know, if you want to take his character flaws, I just assign the blame onto Catherine and Henry, because it's like, okay, well, had he actually had a father figure, because we know they're not heathens, then he wouldn't have turned out this way. Any word there, Keetin, on Claude?
So Catherine, or Henry II, his mother's name was Claude, but it just looks like she had 3 sons. And they all reigned in France. Spoiler alert, Charles is going to die at the age of 21, 23.
Yeah, he dies pretty young.
Yeah. So,
Well, he is pretty. He's got a few more years left.
Just a few.
well, considering he was 9 when he went through his coronation and cried during it, yeah, he's got about 10 years left. So
Yeah, that's still a good amount of time. Still left in the books with him.
But I think,
kidding.
Claude is not real. But I can see why they named it Claude,
Claude.
because that was her, technically, then would have been her grandma's name. But yeah.
All right, good to know.
Anyways, there was actually, you know, I didn't know this. There was a Henry did legitimize a mistress's child, but it wasn't a son, as in Bash. It was a daughter.
Oh.
I learned something.
Very interesting.
I haven't done this in a while. I haven't, like, you know, really looked it up. But yep.
What about the Red Knights? Anything on the Red Knights?
You know, every time they try to throw, like, the superstitious stuff in it now, I'm not interested anymore.
Well, it's not superstitious. They're a bunch of, you know, they
devil
were
worshippers.
Yeah, but they
the
were framed
witches.
for that. They weren't actually devil worshippers, and that's what I appreciate about it. Now, I mean, it's a you know, it's more Da Vinci Code-esque than an Illuminati than spiritual stuff.
But still, it's extra.
Yeah, it just seems like I think it's so fascinating, just the relationship and the
Right.
political conflict between Mary and Catherine, and not Mary and Catherine, Mary and Elizabeth, and what kind of how that affects both of their courts separately, and how it affects their relationship and them as individual women who are monarchs in this day and age.
Right.
That's what's interesting to me. I don't really care about the magical, mystical stuff.
But again, this is not the magical, mystical stuff. Number one, it brought Narcisse and Catherine together, right? So that to me is always a fantastic thing.
It looks
Number
like
two,
Narcisse is gonna die next week, though. Like, he goes all Wolverine,
I know!
and right?
What
I
is
was like,
that?
You can't kill Narcisse.
what?
why you always
What
want
is
everybody to
that?
die?
I
But
don't
also
want him
like
to die.
I also like how Charles is now the second person in a very short amount of time, right? The first one was kind of Bash. But it is a lot more meaningful when Charles says of like, hey, listen, I stood up for you. And don't be bringing this BS from the past onto my reign. Like, I got enough problems without you and King Henry's BS. So get out of here with that stuff and solve it. I like that aspect of it very much so.
Yeah, he
he's a
definitely
man.
grew a pair, right?
He
He
did.
stood up to his mom big time right there. I liked it.
He's maturing way faster than Francis. If this was Francis, he would be like,
Nobody else is aging except for him.
Charles.
Yeah, that's it.
It's kind of reminds me of watching Game of Thrones and seeing Bran kind of age and nobody else is really changing much. Well, I guess Arya and Sansa do, but yeah. I'm just like, oh, Bran. Nobody else is changing at all, but you are.
back to Reign.
Although, do you know what else is funny? Is I think Greer, her look is so strange now. I don't know if it's a bad wig or what it is, but
The hair is different.
The hair is very
sure.
different, and it just doesn't.
How do we get to this?
I mean, we're talking about what people like, how people have aged and stuff.
Changed.
I like that Charles is kind of like he's standing up for himself, and I think that's what's gonna probably send Mary out. Is I think Charles is gonna get mad at her for some reason, and he's gonna be like, no, she can go. I think he's gonna try to, because I don't know, because Catherine seems to really like care about Mary for once, because I think that's the huge connection between her and Francis still.
Right.
So she kind of likes having Mary around now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm throwing in a lot of predictions, guys. I haven't been here.
I love it.
You know what? You have at it. One of the so a lot of us were predicting wrongfully,
Right.
as of yet, although it could still change, that Christophe was actually kind of behind all of this. He is not, and in fact, he is one of the world's best allies, because who better to torture people than the man who loves to torture?
And suck your toes.
He's so creepy. He's the
And that's a whole
creepiest
separate
ever.
stand by. Let's talk about torture.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about pleasure.
All right.
Okay, so the
He's
torture.
creepy on both fronts.
But okay, how I'm surprised the way they were able to handle Catherine, because very you can imagine it in like season 1, had this like taken place, we would all been like, what the hell is Catherine doing? Like, that's crossing the line. We would have never been on board with her. And yet the way they do it, you still love Catherine, and it even though she's partaking in this, it's just Christophe who's the creep.
But yeah, and
Right.
she's so disgusted by it, but she's in too deep, and I think it's kind of funny now, because she's kind of like, I guess now I really do gotta just own my decisions, because I can't piss this crazy dude off.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I better just go with the flow and let him be like a dog and sleep at the end. I mean, that was
so weird.
so weird. Like, I wasn't comfortable
So
watching
weird.
it, and like my friend who doesn't watch Reign was like sitting watching too, and he was just like, what is going on? And I'm like, I don't even know, dude.
The transition though was
Yeah.
fantastic, because first you have the foot, and then you have.
And then what do you have, Phil?
Play-by-play, Phil.
Come on, Phil. Explain. What do we have next?
Yes.
Okay, listen. That,
Yes, Phil turned a new shade of red.
No, I did not. Remember, that's one of your options for fan fiction, if you so choose to it.
So choose
Okay.
to.
I don't want to go there.
But you have and then he moves up, and the way the cut works, then you're kind of thinking about it, and then boom, you get into the bed of Gideon and Mary, and so you kind of complete the weird cycle, and like in your head, all the pieces fit together, and it's the most gross thing you can possibly imagine.
It's just, it was gross.
He's the creepiest ever. He's just so creepy.
Like, why would Catherine not get this guy killed? Like,
That's
he's
what I was saying.
messed
I was
up.
saying that yet like last week, right? I was like, how is she not? He's just marinating there. She's like letting him marinate, and it doesn't seem
Number
normal
one, it's
for
pleasurable.
her.
Listen, in all seriousness,
It all comes down to
no. Isn't it like? Never mind. I won't go there.
I think there's a part of her that kind of relates to him or likes him, because if you think about it, she's killed just as many people, not by her own hands, but
I
by her
know,
own
and he's
will.
kind of like doing all of her dirty work
Right.
now, but still somewhat obsessed with her. And Catherine likes it when people are obsessed with her.
Right.
Like, she like gets off on that. And
Yeah.
so like in that way,
Yeah.
it's so funny, because I just feel like she is disgusted by it. And I think like when the writers came to like Megan Fallows, it was like, all right, Fallows, right? That's like, I want to make sure I pronounce it. By the way, I watched a little bit of Anna Green Gables. It was on TV, and it made me so happy to see her as a child. But Yeah, I wonder when they came to pitch this to her, what she was like, really, guys? Really? This creepy, like, young guy, and I'm going to be making out with him, and he's going to be sucking on my toes?
Notice how they didn't have a shot of him
They
sucking
did
on...
not have a shot of it. I wonder if she was just like, nope, not happening.
Not gonna take it there.
Game of Thrones would have taken it there. Just so.
Well, that's HBO.
I know.
No limits.
CW does some creepy things
That's true.
now.
That
They're
is
like
true.
pushing the limits. They're just
Dare
like
to defy. That's their slogan. They defied.
Thank you for that, Bill.
Yeah, but you know what? I do like how he's this sort of weird minion. So what can I say? And the man wants what he wants.
Do you want him to stick around?
You know, I think they're good allies for the time being. I mean, we'll see how Narcisse kind of fits into all of this, and if he ever finds out of like what's actually going on.
Down. Mm-hmm.
It is going down.
Oh, Phil.
All right.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, Narcisse is now wife free. Like him and Catherine can get back in bed together if they really want to.
happen.
Listen, we got some
That's
great
so
fan
gonna
fiction that some of that might tie in.
Like I feel like so when they pitched this whole story to her, she's like, okay, well then I get to make out with Narcisse again then. If this is what you're making me do, come on, I need a consolation prize here. And
Right.
Narcisse is a pretty good one.
Why are you so mean to people tonight, Keetin?
I'm not being mean, Phil. I'm being
You
real.
say like Christophe looks so weird. Like this poor kid, he must be like, what? I'm a good-looking guy.
I didn't say
Why is
he's
Megan
a
Fox gotta
creepy
be-
guy.
The character is creepy.
The character
He's not
is
bad-looking.
creepy as
Yeah.
crap.
So as a
Yeah.
consolation, she has to have Narcisse. Like, oh, all right, good, okay. I don't know how you really feel.
So if you had Claude, would you still not want Kenna as a consolation prize if you had to have Claude?
Why is Claude the consolation prize?
No, Kenna's
No,
the
Kenna.
consolation prize.
It's a con-
Why is Kenna got to be a consolation to anything? Why is Claude or Ken? Here's the thing. I would be blessed to be with either.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Okay, well.
Neither is a consolation to anything. Okay?
You guys, this is what happens when I come to Reign After Show.
I like it.
They
You
are a
need
prize to
come.
be won.
Gets heated. Gets real heated.
I'm just saying that, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there with you tonight, Keetin. All right.
Phil, I didn't come here to argue. I came here to discuss Reign.
That's right. So let's discuss Robert, Gideon,
This is
and
why I
Mary.
sat over here.
Robert, Gideon, and Mary. Oh man, this blossoming relationship of Gideon and Mary.
I never really believed it too much. The only thing that makes me happy about it is like his little girl. Like I really have loved kind of seeing that. But other than that, like the chemistry seems very forced to me. It doesn't seem real. These like intimate scenes between them, I'm like, I don't quite believe this. Like I believe that scene between her and Robert
He
Dudley.
compliments her in bed. He's like, "Hey, I could lie to Robert and say you're terrible,
That's true.
but it'd be a lie."
I don't know. I'm worried about her now. I think that would have been a nice deal that she could have had. I get what the Vatican's like, no bueno at this point, but she kind of had a good deal, and now
Why she had a good deal? I don't
I don't
deal
think
was
she had
that?
a good deal.
she doesn't have a good deal no matter what. But I think it was,
So at least now she's in control.
yeah. But now Elizabeth hates her again.
So you wanted
Elizabeth
her to marry
doesn't-
Dudley.
Yeah, because then she was at least safe, at
For
least from
time
Elizabeth.
being.
Oh,
But
Wait,
the
why does-
Vatican is hunting her down too then after that.
yeah. The Vatican is.
And you don't want to mess with the Vatican.
But here's what made Elizabeth would have hated her just the same.
Tolerated her more.
Yeah, I mean, this is. Listen, I really believe that Lola's making strides with Elizabeth, slowly but surely. It's going to take some time, and as much as it may hurt Elizabeth of kind of the incident that happened and that she was, made a dupe or whatever, I think ultimately, once things settle, she can appreciate what Mary ultimately did.
But she doesn't know that Mary did it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
She has no clue that Mary did it.
But can't she put two and two together?
No,
Like
she can't put two and two together.
that Mary was going to be a pawn in all of this?
No, I don't think so, because it came from her own Englishmen
Yeah.
who said that they were the ones who figured it out. So Mary had to not be a part of it at all. Otherwise, she would have thought that Mary was in with the Vatican on it.
But she now knows that Gideon was the one who provided the actual information.
True.
And Dudley said, well, that they are now actual lovers. And so you kind of assume, okay, he must have found out because of pillow talk.
That's an assumption. You never know.
Elizabeth is good at assumptions and having right assumptions. Now, granted, it wasn't actual pillow talk, but it was still pillow talk.
It was talk. It was talk. I don't know. I don't think she would have been able to put two and two together for some reason.
You guys,
Or she didn't want to, at least.
Not yet, but eventually.
I misspoke. There was a Claude of France.
Ah,
Boom! Mic drop. Who's right? Phil was
there
right.
was.
She married Charles III, Duke of Lorraine.
right.
She had an issue. I don't know what type of issue it means, but it just said had issue. Had issue. There was an Elizabeth of France.
Who also had issue.
Francis, King of France.
Had no
issue.
Good. I wouldn't either.
Louis, Duke of... he had... died young, no issue. He died at 23.
I want to know what issue means.
I know. Charles married Elizabeth, had one legitimate daughter who died young. Henry III, King of France, he became a king. Margaret of France, wow, she had a lot of kids. No issue. She had no issue. What is this issue?
This is the world's best history lesson.
Victoria and Joan are the two young twins that they kind of went into that storyline last year a little bit.
Died, yeah.
But yeah.
Next week, Keaton, I want a whole presentation of the family tree.
She was looking that up, weren't you?
Yeah, I've been looking at that. That's
visual,
what I've been
it
doing
tells me
right
nothing,
now.
and I want to know,
the visual is a lot is better.
I'm gonna do a visual for you. What's next Monday? Okay, I can do next Monday.
Do the French court and the English court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Because there's cousins marrying cousins.
I feel like I'm about to do a book report. I'm really excited.
You are doing a book report.
Like nothing makes me happier than like a historical book report.
Yeah,
when I was a kid and I like got to do it, I was like, yes. Like I don't know why that was like my favorite thing to do, but that
All
was
right.
it.
Now you have a lot to live up to for the fans.
Yep.
If it's a little overwhelming, I might just do like the children of Charles, of Catherine and Henry to next week, and then we'll do one family at a time. That's
It's gonna be a 5-part series.
Yes. There's a lot of family trees, yeah.
A lot of children.
Yeah.
But
right.
Claude is real.
All right, back to Gideon. Speaking of children and Robert. Now, I understand Keaton, you don't like, and you didn't necessarily buy it, but the way the show wants us to think, whether or not we buy into it, there is something there, right?
I think he's gone for good, and that's done. We're going to get a new love interest for Mary now.
Oh, yeah. I think for a while I wasn't sure if it was real or not, and I kept going back and forth. And I think this episode I was like, okay, it's real. But I get what she was saying. It did kind of feel forced, and I think maybe that's where my perception of is it real, is it not, is it forced kind of came from. But yeah, I think he's done after. Obviously, we're not going to see anymore.
What do you think Dudley's interpretation of Mary is? Because this is the first time meeting her. He sees that she's a very strong woman. We open it up with archery, and he's like, "Ooh, you're good." And I don't think we've ever seen Elizabeth. I mean, she's good at chess, and obviously that says something. But in terms of physical tests, who knows? We've just never seen it.
That actress is so pretty. Every
she's
time she's on
gorgeous.
screen, I'm like, Woman Crush Wednesday right there. I'm just like, wow. She's like the prettiest person on the show.
She's really gorgeous.
Sorry, I just had to say that. Okay. And she's a BAMF.
A Banff?
You know what BAMF means, right?
No.
You guys have not seen Pulp Fiction?
Huh.
I have, but I
BAMF?
don't remember that.
Bad
Oh.
ass mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighter.
It's farter. Is that what you said?
I said fighter.
Fighter. I was like, what?
Why would I say farter?
It's a BAMF.
Why would I say farter? Jesus.
It's a compliment.
Okay. All right.
What's next, Phil?
I don't know. We just got anything to add to Robert, Gideon, and Mary. Obviously, let's talk about the decision to do the swap, right? Because that was a big decision Mary convinces Catherine. Catherine does it, and it goes through.
Well, and the only reason Elizabeth allows it to happen is because she asked Robert. She's like, "What's gonna hurt her more, basically? Like knowing that the person she loves is dead, or knowing that the person she loves is alive? She just can't be with it." And Robert's dealing with an issue, and he looks at her and he's like, "Knowing that they're alive and they just can't be together."
That's the most romantic thing I heard this episode. Because think about it.
We're like, huh?
Because he just literally lived that.
Yeah, no, he's still living. He lives it every day.
Right, he can't ever
It's his
be with
life.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least he gets to kind of see her and interact with her. Whereas, like, if he was in, you know what I mean? Like, he just got banished to France.
I think it would almost be easier if he was away. It's like because it's kind of like the child's out of sight, out of mind. Like
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, there are plenty of women that are out of sight, not out of mind for me.
Just
But
saying.
still, it's
easier than if you had to see them walking around every single day and interacting with them, yet you were not allowed to be
Ever.
with them ever.
that's hard.
And you had to see them courting other people just to make face.
All right. Fair enough.
It
Well,
sucks.
so killing him is the better option.
No, well,
think
Catherine
so.
wanted Mary to suffer, so she made her decision. But it was really nice that Robert did kind of, because she wasn't even going to do it in the first place. And Robert was like, yo, he did exactly what he's loyal to you. And so it was cool that, because I was kind of pissed he took the credit for all of it. When he got back,
too.
I was like, what the hell, Robert? Like, really, dude? Like, Gideon did that whole thing for you, and you were kind of a little brat about it.
Totally.
But yeah, no, so it was kind of nice that he did kind of fess up, and you know, they both were, it was a win-win situation because one of them was able to live and the other one was able to kind of gain some favor back. He's always going to have somewhat of a reputation, but you know.
He's at least back at English court, so that's what he wanted.
That's exactly, yeah. Absolutely. All right, this is Joseph Tudor. He's the Vatican's just got puppets everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was going to be in
If you go look at the
line.
history of the Vatican, they are messed up.
It's pretty crazy.
This Joseph, yeah.
I was so happy to see a Tudor, though.
I know,
on the show.
I know,
was
but like,
but it was
Very
short-lived.
briefly.
Yeah, very short-lived. Because we know later on in history, that's her cousin. She has other cousins out there.
They got cousins, they got second cousins, they got uncles,
that are
nephews.
entitled to the throne as well, and the line is whatever. And yeah, so I was excited to see a Tudor, and they have them bring that in.
well, technically Elizabeth is a Tudor. I mean, yeah, so.
Yeah.
We're going to find out when Keetin delivers her 5-part book report.
Miniseries.
All right, anything to add about the episode overall? I feel like we've hit on most
liked
things, whether silly or not, but we've touched upon them. Anything from history, Keetin?
I was looking at Robert Dudley to see if he was as cute in real life, but we'll talk about that next week.
That's part of the book report.
All
That's
right.
extra credit.
Well, let's get into okay. So
Claude kind of looks like Claude.
Where is she?
Claude.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. But she had an older sister named Elizabeth too.
it's very interesting for Keetin. Not very interesting because I don't get to see anything, and neither do the fans.
That's true.
All right, fan fiction. Which one do you guys want to vote on? Do you guys want to do Christophe's monologue? Do you want to do Greer's internal monologue, or love letters from Claude to Leif?
I don't know. What do you think, girl?
I don't want anything to do with Christophe. That's for sure.
Okay, Christophe's off the
Christophe
table.
is
So we got
off.
Greer
Sorry.
or Claude. We got 2 women to choose from.
I think Claude's gonna be
Claude.
more entertaining
Yeah.
than Greer.
All right, great.
He's dealing with pregnancy issues.
All right. Now, do you guys want me to only do it, or do you guys also want to participate?
If you're having me read Castle Corner, you can read the Claude thing.
And I'm reading.
All right, you know what, James? If you can find some romantic music, look up like classical romantic music. And by the way, this is a new thing that we've started. So you know what? Each week we're gonna do some fan fiction, and then we'll let you guys at home
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Listen, there's plenty of stuff in what I'm about to read from the fans that isn't necessarily clean.
Oh no.
But hey, you guys wrote it, so we'll do our own kind of fan fiction, and you guys get to participate and put it into the comment section. So this week we're starting off with Claude love notes to Leif. Dear Leif.
Oh my god, I can't take this serious.
Why? Your feet smell wonderful. I'd like to lick them.
Wait, no, this is not. We did not vote for Christophe. We voted for Claude. What are you saying? Are you reading this? Are you doing this from memory?
France. We're known for great feet. And you know what, Leif? I've been kind of looking at yours. They're wonderful.
He's
He was really hoping we were gonna do a Christophe, and so I think he.
You know what? When we get to play dress up, maybe you can be Christophe and I can be Catherine.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Really?
That took a
You
want to
play your mother? Ew.
That took a sharp turn.
End of love note. Fine. You know what? Do you have a better interpretation?
No, I have a Castle Corner though for you.
All right, fine. We're gonna get to Castle Corner. James, hit the music, hit the pictures, as we travel to Portugal for a wonderful Castle Corner. No music, James?
No. He wasn't ready for
Classy
it.
music.
All right, we're going to Portugal. By the way, this is one of my. This is officially my favorite castle we have done.
It's very cool.
The colors of it are just fantastic. As I stall while we pull up some music, but it's in Portugal, which we haven't. I don't think we visited Portugal yet in terms of Castle Corner. So this will be a fun, rare treat.
Are you ready?
I think we're ready.
Are you ready for Castle Corner?
There we
Oh,
go.
beautiful. I believe it is pronounced the Pina National Palace. Or maybe it's Pina, but I think it's Pina.
Palacio Nacional de Peña.
De Peña. Okay. Cool. It's a romanticist palace in the Sao Pedro de. This is terrible. Pedro de Penafirme in the.
Municipality of Sintra, Portugal.
Cool. The palace stands on top of a hill in the Sintra Mountains above the town of Sintra, funny enough. And on a clear day, it can easily be seen from Lisbon and much of its metropolitan area. It is a national monument and constitutes one of the major expressions of the 19th century Romanticism in the world. The palace is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the 7 wonders of Portugal. It is also used for state occasions by the President of the Portuguese Republic and other government officials. It is stunning!
Yeah, it's really pretty.
There's so many different colors, like each kind of like facade of the building is a new color, and everything's just so new. You could probably walk around this thing and just be like, whoa, am I at a new castle? What's going on?
It takes influences from a lot of, I feel like, different, like other
Areas,
countries
yeah.
and areas. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Look at the colors.
Very
You know, and like
festive.
back in the day, though, a lot of castles were very colorful because they were all painted, but obviously over time that's all been worn off, the stone, and they've just kind of left the stone, just the gray natural stone. So it's maybe more of a realistic look as to what castles did look like back in the day. But it's beautiful. It's definitely a palace. It's not even a castle. It's a palace. It's a step up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cool. I'm into
Very
it.
cool.
Good job, Phil.
Excellent.
Good choice, Phil.
All right.
Now are we doing Lola's love letters?
Yeah, so you can keep this music going, James. And so these are fan fiction letters from Narcisse to Lola that you guys wrote in. I'll kind of skip around. There's no official order here. This one's my favorite because it's so quick and simple. Lola, will you forgive me? Check yes or no. So simple. Let's see. Lola, if you must know, Mary has already forgotten about Francis. I know this because I know everything, but mainly because Gideon was bragging about sleeping with her at last night's poker game. So I feel like if Mary can forget about Francis that quickly, you can forget about all those things that I did. Besides, truthfully, I was blacked out of my mind when I did it.
Oh, God.
Poker night doesn't number on me, as you know. P.S. Can I borrow some money? I lost everything in last night's poker game.
Aww.
Let's see. Since I left you, I have been constantly depressed. My happiness is to be near you. Incessantly, I live over in my memory. You caresses, your tears,
What?
your affectionate solitude.
Oh, you're correct. I was like, what are you saying?
The charms of the incomparable Josephine kindle continually a burning and glowing flame in my heart. I thought that I loved you months ago, but since my separation from you, I feel that I love you 1,000-fold more. Each day I knew you, have I adored you more and more. And the last one of tonight, this one's kind of funny because it incorporates not only the show, but also our show. Dear Lola, these nights without you have been treacherous. My slumber would be all but diminished if not for my cheap new Casper mattress. Only $950 from Casper.com. P.S. Side note, we did not coerce this fan to write this with the Casper mattress in there. And when I say cheap, I mean the mattress, not the quality. Because what are we? Peasants? I digress. Perhaps instead of sleeping in the bed of the enemy, you could return to your beloved, apologetic husband and make some sweet love and perhaps a few Narcisse Juniors.
Who wrote that one? That's my favorite.
Yes.
In our Casper
Lisa,
love nest. Yours, but not entirely, Narcisse.
I love that one.
Lucy G.
Lucy G.
Lucy G.
Big thumbs up.
That was
Fan favorite.
Yes.
Lucy G.
Yes. Bravo.
Should we do
everyone.
predictions now?
Yes, let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, well, Keetin predicted the entirety of the show, so I don't know where to go from here.
You have any other ones?
Let's see. I already talked about Claude, Laith, Catherine. We're gonna get a new love interest for Mary soon. Bash, I think it's gonna either get killed off or like go away because he booked a new show. Congratulations. Yeah, and he's moved back to LA now with his new wife. Did you guys see the pictures of his wedding?
No.
Oh my God, they were
Gorgeous,
so
I saw.
cute.
Yeah.
I follow his wife, who came in studio when he came in for the interview a year or so ago, back in season 1, and the cutest wedding ever, and so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
She's so
They're
stylish.
gorgeous
They're
together.
like the most beautiful couple in the world, and I just love their cats, and I just love them. But yeah, he booked a new show, so he's gonna probably be done with Reign. Sad.
Well, we know
We're
getting
losing
season-
Francis and Bash. All we got is Mary holding down
The Royal
fort.
Bros.
Yeah.
The Royal Bros.
Lost the Royal Bro.
Exactly.
I'm excited to. I didn't think we'd see Catherine, or I didn't think we'd see Elizabeth tonight, but we did. You know what? I do appreciate how fast they're moving, and we'll see kind of where it ends up. I still think we're not moving fast enough where Mary's going to end up in Scotland before the end of the season. I think if anything, it's going to be a cliffhanger. And I do think we got to resolve these Red Knights. I think it's just kind of like a 3-episode arc. I don't think they're here to stay. Eventually, CSI Bash, he's going to have to figure some stuff out. Or Christophe's just going to kill everybody until it's only him and
I think
Catherine.
Christophe's just going to go all rogue.
Yeah.
He needs no excuse to kill.
I still think Christophe has some sort of tie to this whole Red Knight thing.
I forget who wrote it, but they had a pretty good argument on why it isn't Christophe.
Okay,
And
why is
I
that?
forget who it is. And read the whole thing, because I'm not.
Okay.
Even if I try to paraphrase, I'm not going to do it justice. So
Okay.
I'm just. This was like a really well thought out and really well written thing. So I'm not going to try to pretend
Okay.
to.
I still think
spew.
he is somehow. I don't know. We'll see though. I'll read and then I'll decide.
Is that why? It was so easy for
For him to kill that guy?
Yeah,
That's
because
what I
it's
think
more
he was
of
about
him-
to talk.
him quieting him
That's
up?
what I thought.
Okay.
That's what I
Oh,
thought.
yes. Yep, I'm in. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
See?
Okay.
I don't know how. I don't know when. But
That's
I
why he
think-
got close to Catherine.
Exactly.
That was, yep.
All right.
Because now he can just kill her eventually.
Oh, he's going to just be sleeping at the foot of her bed. This is weird.
so
This
weird.
is so weird. Like, Catherine, like,
so
get
bizarre.
help. Like,
Okay, listen, here's the thing. Ultimately, ladies, there is let me tell you something, what I found to be true. There is a very thin line of what is creepy and what is not. Right?
are you trying to defend
Or
Christophe's
justify
actions?
anything.
You should stop before, like, don't get too ahead of yourself. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. That's perfect.
Exactly.
This is truth time.
Okay.
It's truth time.
If Fine, if you guys are gonna take it seriously, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
We want to hear truth time.
Come on,
Phil.
you
truth
got
time.
a couple
Yes.
more minutes.
Nah, I'm just gonna take 10 seconds to say it. Listen, if you guys found a guy attractive, there probably isn't anything creepy that he could do, as long as you found him to be one of the most sexy men alive. Just
Killing
saying.
people?
not true.
Cue the music, James! Get us out of here!
Not
You
true.
can find Keetin Marchi at Keetin Marchi! And you can find Alina Vision at Alina Vision!
Don't yell.
Phil.
And you can
Calm
find no
down.
creepy guys in their
It is
bedrooms.
late.
No creepy guys.
It's just getting loud.
Wake up, Keetin!
Going to bed. It's midnight.
Yep.
For us, but you don't know when people are listening to us.
If it is past midnight, thank you for staying up and listening to
Absolutely.
us tonight or watching us on the tube of you. But if
Good
you're
morning! Good afternoon!
happy
Buenas
Tuesday.
noches.
And for us, a good night! Again,
Yeah.
Keetin Marchi!
Adios.
Alina Vision!
Adios, amigos.
At AFTERBUZZ TV. We'll see you next time for Reign. Bye.
Goodness.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.